Yes.
You know?
You never give up. Always find a way to yes, and always get to your destination, get to your point.
Hey, how you doing? It's Jason Granneman with SoCal Lifestyle TV, and today we have a very special guest on our Trusted Strategist show. We have a former military Master Sergeant, retired, Chris Miranda. Chris, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, man. I'm really happy to be able to sit down and talk to you for a few minutes. So Chris is a guy with a huge background, but former military, but that hasn't stopped him. He's now a part of a massive clothing company, a young but massive clothing company. Chris, it's ERUPTION Clothing, and you guys are getting started. You really had your feet on the ground for, about a year or so?
We've been working hard over the past year, and John, Gwen, and I, who have been the steadfast force behind this growing, have essentially said 2018 is going to be our year. So 2017 was just us planting the seeds and getting everything in motion. In 2018, we're going to reap the benefits and help a lot of people.
Yeah, you're a company that I was fascinated by because you're young, you have a national presence. I was speaking with you and speaking with the founders, both Gwen and John, really blew me away. It's a company that I get the feeling that it's more than just a clothing company. In fact, talking to you guys, it's like the clothing company, the clothing comes almost last. It's you guys have a purpose. It's like you're a for-profit company with nonprofit ideals, and that's what I got from you. That was the feeling I got, which really attracted me to you guys. And by the way, I'm wearing a piece of their clothing today, which they're nice enough to share with me. Great designs. You guys represent America Strong, right? Bingo, that's you.
That is strong. So ERUPTION Clothing
is America Strong. You feel that how I described you guys is something that you guys are on the path to creating for your company?
First and foremost, love everything about the country. We love and support our military, and that's how we ventured out. And we started making designs to help give our military quality clothing at a great price, but also had a little reflective gear piece to it to keep them safe at night, because after deployments or after whatever they're doing, exactly that right there.
Yeah.
It reflects at night. And if you're out hanging out with your family and it's dark, you have that shirt on and it'll reflect. And it's quality. Right. So it's just a t-shirt. We have Henleys, we have polos, we have everything across the board. But we want to make sure that you are seen at night just to keep you safe. We're not there with you to help you, but we can be there in spirit with our clothing. So that's what we've tried to do. As well as we have so many huge ideas coming down the pipe that are going to help so many people, not just the military, but the civilian sector as well.
Now, you guys are a big advocate of nonprofits, Pets for Vets. I'm a huge dog lover. I love animals, but many people see my dog in a lot of the videos that I do and stuff. So I love animals. Pets for Vets. You have Semper Canine, right? What has that done with your participation? What have you witnessed come out of what these organizations do for veterans?
What they both do, and they share the similar mindset, and what they do is it's just amazing. And that's why we teamed up with them. We look for nonprofit organizations that are truly down in the weeds, helping our veterans with whatever it takes. But these two specific ones take puppies that are on the kill list. They're in shelters on the kill list, and they save them, train them, and then hand them over to veterans who might need help dogs. So, or guidance dogs, or emotional pets, whatever it might be. But they save 2 lives with 1 shot, and that is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they double down on life-saving efforts, which is pretty amazing. That blew me away. I had heard of Pets for Vets, but through you guys, I learned of Semper Canine. I know you sent me some video on them, and what they're doing is amazing.
If people have a chance to go to the ERUPTIONinc.com website, they can see the interview that was done.
Right.
Panel that we've created, the Veteran Network News.
Yeah, in fact, speaking of Veteran Network news, the VNN, which is pretty amazing, you guys, Eruption Clothing, have created the VNN, the Veteran Network News. Can you tell me a little bit about what your vision is for that?
So the vision was and is to take veterans who have used the skills that they've learned in the military, have applied it well in the military, came out of the military honorably, made a great change for their lives, have become a success, but have applied all that military teaching and know-how and experience to move forward and do better. That in itself will give other veterans who are struggling maybe a way to see a path forward, to see a way ahead so that they can do the same thing. They might have ideas but not know how to go about it. So we want to show veterans doing well to other veterans, just to keep the community alive and know that there's a future past the military. A lot of veterans get out and they struggle trying to find their way. And these videos will hopefully help them emotionally as well as, financially for their families too. Once again, not just with the clothing, not just with the nonprofits, but with the Veteran Network News, we essentially want to help everybody across the board.
You guys are, yeah, I have a personal mantra, which I label everything with my own personal mantra so people understand my beliefs, which is it's not work, it's a lifestyle. That's what I got from you guys. It doesn't feel like any of you, in talking to you off camera, was ever about work. It seems like it's your lifestyle. And it fits all of you. All the members in your company are achieving a lifestyle through the company, through the nonprofits, through the VNN. I mean, the VNN, having a resource like that, I was blown away. There is no one resource until now that any family members of veterans or any veterans themselves can go to get ongoing information, like a news network. And that's what you guys have created.
Down the line as well is provide some kind of assistance videos. If you have children who have to work with their parents who've come back off of deployments, the deployment piece is very, very difficult, and the whole family has to work at reintegrating back together. And we can probably offer some kind of tips, advice, or whatever it might be, so that families who are struggling or need some help or some guidance, maybe some of our videos can help them with that.
Right. No, and it's a great reason. I mean, I was amazed by it. With regards to your clothing and where people can find it, I know you guys just did a deal with Beals, one of the largest department stores in existence in the United States, not to be confused with Beals out of the UK. This is Bealls, and they've been around since 1915. I mean, they're a huge department store chain. You guys just got your clothing in there. What does it feel like to have made accomplishments in retail so quickly?
It's been absolutely amazing. Everybody we've spoken to and had the opportunity to show our clothing to, share our mission and vision with, absolutely love us. And right now, we are found in AFES, which is the Army Air Force Exchange Service. We are found in the Navy Exchange, which is the NEX. We have GovX, which is a corporate-run but military-focused and first responder-focused website and company that sell a mass amount of products. And they took us on, and they have so many huge names in there. And when they heard our story, they just felt emotionally attached, and they have been a part of us since the beginning. And we have so many more avenues to go down that I think 2018 is just going to be the tip of the iceberg.
Right. No, it feels that way from way over here, man. So tell me a little bit about you. You're in Texas, right? I'm in California. What a little bit about your military background that you can share with us?
I'm essentially an IT geek. I grew up in the military, loving computers, having the opportunity to excel in the military to the point where I won incentive bribes on an F-16 when I was stationed in Italy, Aviano, Italy, during Bosnia. Sat in a two-seater, but you have to work really hard for it. So the tenacity and the energy and the experience that I had in the military, briefing four-star generals, briefing congressmen, and working with them hand in hand, made it so that when I met John and Gwen, I took that same energy and tenacity forward to bring us into the military network.
So you're the perfect fit for what you're doing even here as a civilian. You know, you're the military and veteran liaison. You're the director of sales for the company nationally and internationally. How did you and John and Gwen sort of come together? It's almost like it was meant to be, right? How did that happen?
It is. You know, they say happenstance, or you might say all good things come to those who wait. But we were at the point where we both had great visions, but we weren't connected yet. So LinkedIn brought us together, and Gwen found me. For some reason, I thought I had an acting modeling career once I retired. And she reached out to me as a veteran and said, hey, we would like for you to be our military veteran spokesmodel once we launch. They had a few hiccups along the way, and I asked them, I said, hey, let me talk to your military division within your company. And she said, well, we don't have one just yet. I said, okay, well, guess what? I'll do it. I'll be it. I will take on that task, and I will get us into the military. Since you approached me, I know you have that military care. I want to take it a little bit further and see what I can do with it if you allow me. And they did. And they took a chance on me, which was amazing. And since then, we basically become family.
Right. Yeah.
We are moving forward at light speed.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, with all the shirts and hats, you have hats, tank tops, hoodies, long sleeves, polos. So you've covered the gamut of menswear. Really, there's not going to be anything that you guys won't offer to the public and to the military as far as representing America Strong, what you guys stand for, and being able to share what so many people share about the feeling of our country.
Yes, and in fact, we have plans coming up here real soon to hopefully get in talks with somebody within Department of Homeland Security or within the state level emergency preparedness, because we have ideas, grand ideas on how to help multitudes of people during crisis situations. And these are some of the lessons learned from my deployments to Saudi, doing Bosnia, Afghanistan. Some of those tricks and some of the ways we survive in those scenarios, I figured we can civilianize it, bring it forward, and help as many people as possible. Because the last thing I want to do is say, I could have helped that person and not anything.
Yeah.
Right. That's excellent. Now, with you guys moving into all this expansion, you're going to be a part of the RIMPAC, I hear, in Hawaii, which is coming up in about a month. What's your participation? What's the involvement with RIMPAC? This is a big event.
They're actually going to be, they're going to support us, and they're going to bring forward, through the Navy Exchange, they're going to bring forward our T-shirts, our veteran design T-shirts out there, and introduce them to everyone who attends RIMPAC. In fact, a lot of people don't even know what RIMPAC is. So a good, quick example of that is the battleship.
Yeah.
At the beginning, when they had the Japanese Navy and they had the American Navy doing exercises out in the Pacific before the aliens attacked, that was RIMPAC essentially. Yeah, so that, if you've seen the movie, then you've seen what RIMPAC is, and that's how many people are going to be there.
So this will be the movie, but minus the aliens.
Minus the aliens, you know. I was hoping for some aliens, but I guess not.
They probably couldn't get them. They're probably too busy. So, Chris, something about what you guys are doing that comes from deep inside, right? It's inspiration. I talk a lot about inspiration. I talk a lot about the differences between inspiration and motivation, because they're two very different things, though both have good results. Can you give me an example of something that inspires you to do what you do every day?
Of what I do every day. To truthfully, I would have to say I have my two children, my son Alec and my daughter Ashlyn. They are my inspiration. They're my inspiration to do well, be a good example, be a good man, and be a good person within society. I want to be that person so that when they look forward and say, hey, I need to think back, what do I do in this situation? Or in my daughter's case, you know, I need a good man in my life. I'm looking for a good man. I need a template. What do I go for? I want to be that template. I want to give her a way she's supposed to be treated as a lady. My son to be an example of how he's supposed to act as a man. So that's my inspiration, to do the best I can to be the greatest example for my children.
That's great. obviously we get along for those reasons alone. I have the same feelings for my son, those around me. So, so you guys are very entrepreneurial spirited. Though talking to you and talking to both John and Gwen, you have done other massive things in your past, but this is very entrepreneurial efforts. What advice do you have for entrepreneurs as they, go through the bumps? There's bumps in every entrepreneurial venture. Everybody's got big dreams, and when they start to pursue those, what advice do you have for that crowd that's watching?
The best advice that I can give them, of course, everybody's going to say, don't give up, hold on to your dreams. But truthfully, when an opportunity shuts the door, that is not the only way in. Look for the nearest window and climb through that window to get to where you want to go. Don't let anything stop you. That door in front of you was option A. Then you have option Z still waiting out there. So you have that whole alphabet waiting for you to utilize. Don't give up on it. Just keep pushing and take it from different angles.
That's great. I got chills over that. That sounds like it comes very deeply rooted in your military background, right? There's always a way through.
You never give up. Always find a way to yes, and always get to your destination, get to your point.
Amazing, man. Well, do you have any final thoughts for any listeners about your clothing line, about everything that you guys are doing, where they can find you, how they can contact you?
I just ask that everybody give us an opportunity. I know you have a lot of styles and companies out there working really hard to get your sales, but I say give us a chance, because if you give us that chance, we will impress you with our quality, with our designs. But most of all, if you read through our mission statement, our vision statement, and our newscasts, and look at the BNN, we're doing everything possible to help our veterans and everybody who needs assistance, even in the civilian sector when we want to do the disaster preparedness. So give us that chance. Help us grow. Be a part of the wave moving forward so that you can say you've done your part to help, because that's all we want to do is help. And everybody who joins in with us and locks arms to help somebody, it just means the community is growing. It has nothing to do with us. It has to do with helping our veterans. So that's what we want. Please visit us on ERUPTIONInc.com and check out our styles.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for your service, by the way. It is approaching Memorial Day and Memorial Weekend, though it doesn't take Memorial Day to remind us all what you guys have done for us. Chris Miranda, Master Sergeant, retired, ERUPTION Inc. clothing, VNN, and all around really great guy, man. I appreciate your time because I know how busy you are. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. And remember, you too, it's not work, it's a lifestyle, my friend. Cheers.